Hi everyone, it's Natalie again. I'm going to do a short video today about classroom management. I'm going to talk about topics primarily related to the first month of classes in September. As I said in my previous video, I always assign seats to my second graders. One thing I also do is I put name cards on their desk, and then I give each of them a holy card. Here's a few that I just have in my stash. We have parishioners. They may get some of these in the mail, and they always donate them to the CCD program, and I have some of my own. Of course, Pope John Paul II, one of my favorite ones. So I get a selection of those, and I just choose one to put on each of the students' desks along with their name card. I usually tape them just along one side, because then you can kind of open it up on your desk and then see the prayer that might be on the back. From time to time throughout the year, we'll talk about each holy card on each person's desk, and possibly we'll go through the prayer on the back. And as I said, I assign seats. This will be coming up to my third week. I'm going to be moving two of the boys who were talking a lot this last week. I was sort of surprised because they were actually from different schools, and I don't believe they know each other before CCD, so I was a little bit surprised that they were so, talking so much. But anyway, so I'm going to split them up. Usually when I do this, I move at least one other person for sure, so I don't try to put somebody on the spot or anything like that. However, my students will get to know me pretty well, and I move the desks, and I rearrange the seating chart throughout the year a few different times, just to keep kind of interesting a little bit. The main thing you need to do in September is to kind of lay down your rules. I don't spend a lot of time talking about my rules. I kind of show them rather than tell them. I know in a previous video I talked about the students not being allowed to touch things on my teacher's desk. That happened this last week. A couple of the boys were kind of pawing through some of the things on my desk, and I just walked up to them, kind of walked behind them, and I said, "Oh, that stuff's on the teacher's desk. We don't bother that. We want to leave all that alone." So of course you can be very kind and gentle. I don't scold the kids, at least in this situation, and then they know what I want, and for the most part they will respect that. I have a small class. I have 8 students, so it's usually not a big problem. When I was reading one of the stories this past week, I had one boy wanting to thump on the floor. And so, like I said, I really don't scold the kids. I stopped and I looked at him. And I kept looking at him, and he looked at me, and then he stopped. And just like your own mother probably do, you have a look that just says, "Why are you doing that?" So he stopped, and then there was no problem from then on as we were reading the story. With a small class, you can kind of get to know the kids pretty quickly, and I've found that in our parish families are good families, that if I do have a problem, either I possibly could talk to the parent after class, or my DRE would contact the parents, and we would get the situation handled pretty fast. So we're pretty lucky about that. That's about all for classroom management. I'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.